I'm going to a picnic today, and I'm working for it. Good barbecue, you gotta work for it. We're doing a pork picnic today. We're gonna put some love into it. We're going to a picnic. See you inside. Welcome to the picnic, pork shoulder picnic. This is the front, right or left leg of a pig. Up higher from that is the Boston butt. Today we're going to show you how to cook this. Let's spin it around. You see all this nice fat on here? This is going to be your friend. It's going to be your buffer, just like you were cooking a brisket. This is kind of neck and neck, similar to a brisket, outside a couple of different moves. It's pretty much the same thing, so it's a pretty simple cook. Nice part about this, you're only putting salt on it. That's it. So let's take a look at this. This is the shank part right here. This is where the foot comes down. And this part in the back right here, this is where the Boston butt will be attached to, this piece right here. So that's where the Boston butt will be attached to. Just let you get a little look at that. And you see all this nice skin on here? This is beautiful. So this is gonna be a nice, beautiful buffer right here with all the nice skin on here. So let's do this. Let's get this guy seasoned up right now, and we're gonna work on a brine for this right now that's gonna be injected inside of this. So we're gonna get to working on this brine, and we'll meet you back here afterwards. We're gonna go on to the smoker with it. See you soon. Okay, this is a real easy, simple injection brine. A cup and a half of water, teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 lemons. Let's get it on. Cut the lemons, right into the water they go. Drop them. Now, in the South, we use lemons because I have a lemon tree in my backyard, and they're a great way to marinate. And some people use vinegar. I use mostly lemons. Staple of the South. All right, kosher salt. Give that a little stir. Make sure this water's cool, because you don't want to go injecting anything into cold meat that's hot. It's just not going to be a good outcome. That's it, done. We're going to get this meat injected, and we'll meet you out on the smoker afterwards. Let's inject this meat. All right, here we go. Start with our kosher salt. Just put some salt on the back of here. Rub it in a little bit. You really don't have to worry about going too hard with this, because this it's a lot of fat to get through right here. So pat it in. Get some on the sides. I like to use the meat to pick up all the salt on the tray. Flip it. All right, here's the back of it. Kosher salt. Give it a good sprinkle. Now this piece of meat's a little bit different from beef fat. So if you're doing something like a brisket, I oil mine, I put a little lard on there to get it going. This piece of meat right here, the only thing we're gonna do is we're gonna spray it down, a little cooking spray after I get finished seasoning it. So, might seem like a lot of salt, but this is a big piece of meat. All right, this is the part that most people will not tell you. Inside this piece of meat, it's flipped over on the back. I'm gonna try to zoom in here. I get one shot of this to show you guys. Give me a second here. I'm zooming in. There's a little hole in here. It's a main vein. Let's see if I can get it in here. Little hole in here, it's a main vein. So what we're gonna do, let me see if I can get this up to the camera to show you this. Give me a second here. See that little main vein in there? A lot of people do not know about this. Most people don't know about this. This is a old school trick. So let's do this. We're gonna inject. Let's load our injector up with this nice brine we made. And into that vein she goes. I'm gonna try to pull up on your meat a little bit to get it in there. Now I'm in there. Once it's in there, This is the main vein. This is where all the blood pumps, bro. You're gonna see this roast just rise. I'm gonna pull back on this camera a little bit so you get a chance to see this guy rise up. Just a second. So now I'm in there. And let's see if we can capture this shot. You can see this thing blow up. Gonna come back again. Get some more. Find that main vein. And into that main vein we go. And you could see the entire piece of meat rising up. And there we have it. Let's see if I can get this one. Again. All right. That was that. And the rest of it, we could just kind of go on anywhere with it. Sides. You can see it rise up. But that main vein, that's the guy right there. All right, that's it. Now what I do, I either go overnight with this, a couple hours, let all this juice sit in, I'm gonna flip it back over. And then what I'll do is I'll spray it. Right before it goes on the cooker, I'll spray this down with some, actually, I'm gonna do it right now. Cooking spray. That's it. I can either let this sit out at room temperature for basically an hour, let it get up to room temperature before you go throwing it on the smoker there, and that's it. So we'll meet you out on one of the nice cookers that we're going to use today. I'm going to play eeny, meeny, miny, mo and pick a cooker by its toe, and that will be that. We'll see you soon. All right, we're ready to get this thing on the smoker. And this is Betsy. This is the star of our show right here. She's a custom cooker. I'm gonna walk you around her. I'm gonna show you all of her features, what you can do, what you can't do. Let's get it on. Betsy's a 100% made custom cooker. That means this was completely fabricated. Starting with our exhaust outlet on the top. This lets you control your air flow right here through this exhaust fan, exhaust outlet. Very easy to adjust to small changes. Heavy latches to the left and right, and a very heavy grill. All right, take a look at that. She's got top and bottom grates. There's another grate in there down at the bottom. I'm going to show you that grate when I set up my wood. And over here is a valve. Now that valve opens in and out, and you can adjust the flow of your air from this hole right here. There's a nice little latch on the side. This is going to let you have access to your firebox. You can see the seal around the door. It's just like basically a wood stove. It weighs just as much as one too. She's approaching 500 pounds. That is my basket right here, which I'm going to show you my wood setup. And she's a very heavy grill. Just a second to get around here. That's the back of it. And she's got very heavy hinges on her too. I'm just going to get a shot to show you these hinges. Sorry for all the shaking, folks, but and a true temperature gauge on here. And just take a look at that hinge in the back. You see that? That's an art. That's a welder that took pride in what he does. And that completes our tour of this cooker. And I'm going to show you my fire setup. let's get some food on this. Okay, so we got our grates off. Those are our 2 grates right there. And this is the inside of the cooker. Now, this plate that you see in the bottom right here with these holes in it, this just lifts up. That right there is a deflector plate. So this way, if things get a little crazy in there, just put this here. If things get a little crazy inside the cooker, the direct flame is not going to come up and burn up your meat. So it's going to go through those little holes. You can get a shot of that right there. It's going to kind of bounce up through those holes. The grease can still drip down through those holes and still get in there and give all that nice smoke. This is my setup right now. I have a piece of oak right here. It's red oak, and I took that from the collection. In the middle, I have a fire starter, and I have about 10 pounds of charcoal in that basket right there, and a little wood on the bottom of it. Some old wood that I had. I just kind of threw it in from my old cookers. I don't waste anything, so always a good thing to do. And on this guy right here, I have my vent all the way up on the bottom. You can see the bowl open. It's all the way fully open. Let's get it lit. Let's get it on. This is how we do it. Southern style. See you right back here. All right, our fire's lit and she's going. We're gonna let this burn for about 15 minutes. We're gonna put our heat deflector and our grates back in here. And you wanna get that heat deflector in there because pork, that fat, it'll start to render down. And unlike beef fat, it'll get crazy in here. So that's why we're putting our deflector on. So that's how we do it. That's our wood setup. Barbecue, Southern style. Let's get it on. All right, here we go. All right. And we're going fat side down once more. Here's the fat side, going down on it. We just get a shot of that. We can put our little light on over here. There we go. There's our fat side down. Going down with it. All right, let's close this lid up. Keep this guy stabilized. And that's it. We're gonna come back about an hour and a half, check on it, see how she's doing. I might baste it, I might not. We'll just feel it out. All right, Betsy's rolling, and as you can see, she's cooking away. So we're gonna discuss our game plan as we do every cook at this stage of the game. Now, this roast has been on here for about, I'd say about a half hour. So what we're gonna do is in the first 3 hours, this is gonna be a 10 to 11 hour cook. In the first 3 hours, we might baste it. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna turn it. We're definitely gonna turn it. But we're gonna look at it and see if I need to baste it. If I don't need to baste it right now because it does hold a lot of moisture, at the 5 hour mark, we're gonna wrap it and then we're gonna check our temperatures from there. So that's just how we're gonna go with this particular cooker. Now with this cooker, it's got a lot of features on it. It's great for smoking. You're not gonna get this thing over, one thing with this cooker, you're not gonna get this cooker over 350 degrees. It just will not do it. It'll run up there, it'll run to the max, but it's made to hold anywhere between 250 and 350 if you're pushing it. Now, I don't like to push my cookers because, you know, once you push your cookers, it just puts strain on everything. And if you're gonna do that, just get a grill. So this cooker right now is cooking at about 300 degrees. It's rolling right at 300. And I like to cook hot. I like to cook fast because I don't have all day for this. Not to mention, I notice when I do my slow cooks, people ask me, why didn't you cook at 250 degrees? You know, I did cook at 250 degrees at one point in my life. You know, I stood around, I waited the whole day. I got the same results as cooking hot and fast. So I'm a hot and fast guy. I like to put that roast on, cook it fast, wrap it fast, and get it off the grill fast. That's just me. So This grill right now is rolling about 300. We're gonna check it at the end. Like I said, around the 3-hour mark, we're gonna come here, we're gonna turn it, we're gonna check it, and you're gonna join me when I'm turning that thing and when I'm checking it. Other than that, it's a great cooker. The 2 racks that are top and top. The second rack's a little harder to get to, so you wanna put your big pieces down there that you're not gonna touch, and then your smaller pieces up top. For example, if I was smoking the same roast, I'd be on the lower level. I'd have maybe pork chops or chicken up top, and I would do it that way. So she's a solid cooker. If you want to go out for the day, it'll hold temperature right where you set it. That's the difference between, this is actually called a competition smoker. It's made for the long hauls, it's made for long cooks, and it's made for you to get out of the house or go someplace and you don't have to worry about this temperature going up past a certain degrees. But even if it did run up to 350, you're not going to ruin all your meat. But that's just the design of the cooker. It's not a cooker to barbecue on, it's a smoker. All right, we're at 300. Like I said, she's rolling steady. Let's get this open and take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. She's on right now for about, I'm gonna burp this lid. When I say burp the lid, that means you just lift it just a little bit like that. Let some of that air out so flames don't ever shoot out at you. Full burp in the lid. Right. Look at that. She is looking beautiful. She's got great color on her. I'm gonna turn her over. Look at that. She's cooking real nice. Look at those. That's what you're looking for. Right there. Hear that sizzle? And look at all that moisture in there. So I don't think I'm gonna mop this. I'm just gonna let it ride and let it play out to about 5 hours in. And then once it goes 5 hours in, I'm gonna mop it. But right now she's doing great. She's got good color on her. Still a little too light to wrap, but we're gonna see how she goes up to the 5 hour mark. I'll see you guys then. All right, we're ready to wrap. This is gonna be not a traditional wrap right now. I'm gonna show you guys something a little different right now. So over here we have plastic wrap, we have our aluminum. So this is nice and seasoned in. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna wrap that meat in here. And then we're gonna add some chicken broth to it. And by the way, we're 5 hours in and she looks great. So we're gonna put that there. We're gonna put this right inside here. Meat side down. Put it right in the middle of the cooker. Just a little bit of chicken broth. Baste it with a little chicken broth. Just a little bit on the floor. You don't want to put too much. And at this point, what we're doing is we're braising it. Gotta put a little bit more down there. About a quarter of this right here. Just a little bit of moisture down there. Followed by plastic wrap. And trust me, it's not gonna burn. It's not hot either. Just a little bit of plastic wrap on there. After you get your plastic wrap around there, tuck it in. Come back with your aluminum. All right, now we're gonna let this roll. We're 5 hours in. We're gonna braise this the rest of the way. And we might be out of here in 3 more hours. In 3 more hours, we'll probe it, we'll check it, and we'll let it go. Now this is where we turn it down. We're gonna cook this at about 275. So we'll no longer be cooking at 300, and we're gonna let it go nice and easy. We'll see you soon. Okay, now we put that inside that pan that we have, and we have it all set up in there, and she's gonna be, at this point right now, she's gonna be braising. So she's on here 5 hours right now. She's smoking pretty easy, steady as she goes. And we're gonna let her go for about 3 hours. I just want to tell you guys, if you don't have one of those pans that I use, you can use a pot. Cast iron pots work great, or you could just find a pot that you have around the house, an older one that you're not gonna worry about, basically trashing, because it's gonna be on the smoker and it's gonna get black on you. And if you put it in your oven after you have it in your smoker and you try to heat something else up in there, it's gonna smell like smoke. So your house is gonna smell like a barbecue house. So don't do that. Just leave that pot just for what I did. And that's it. All right, so we're gonna let this thing ride 3 hours. We're gonna check it, see where we're at, and then we're gonna let it cool down. We're gonna rest it for about an hour. Then we're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull it apart and show you how to get this thing ate, which is my best part. You'll be going to the picnic. We'll see you soon. All right, she's cruising right about 275 on the Richter scale there, and let's check her out. We're gonna go inside and we're going to probe her. All right, and see if she's ready to pull. Just a second here. Let's get our instant read in here. Just go right through. Ooh, that's hot. The aluminum. And what she's showing? She's showing 199. That's perfect. That's where you want to pull it at. All right, that was a beautiful cook. Like I say, I love the cook. Let me show you this. It's been resting for a couple hours here. I just want to let you get a look at the plastic wrap that's on here. And see how nice and sucked down it is right there? Holding all that nice heat in. So while it's resting easy, it's holding all that nice heat in. And watch this. I'm gonna have to pull one side of this over here. I'm gonna start here, and it's just gonna vacuum. Oh, look at that. Is that nice? It's a good trick. You won't see that anywhere else. Put on barbecue, Southern style. All right, let's start pulling this thing. I'm gonna take it out of here. See all that nice juice in the bottom? Hear that? Nice brine juice. I'm gonna take it out of there. I'm gonna go into this bowl with it. We still have extra juice left over in here. Maybe the next day you wanna reheat this, you can put it back in some of that brine. And I'm sorry, the juice. And that'd be that. So let's just get this out of the way. And this is how we're gonna pull this. This top piece of skin right here, you don't want to put all of that in your food. So let's just pull that first. Now, I don't like cat food. And when some people pull their pork, they pretty much turn it into cat food. Now look how succulent that is. I take a little fat, put it off to the side, pull that skin off of there, and then watch it just fall from the bone. I gotta get my hands in here. And I'm gonna pull. That's the muscle meat right there. That's a beautiful part right there. I just take it, pull it apart. Now, when you see barbecue contests, what do? They give the judge the best bite from the meat, and that would be this piece right here. And it's usually on back of the hams or the shoulder, which we're pulling right now. See, I'm pulling these pieces of meat, and I'm not gonna cut them all up like cat food, because I'm not a cat. So just slide that off. Because it pulled at 200 degrees, basically 199, all that fat will fall right to the side. And I actually feed that fat to the cats. Like I said, nothing goes to waste. I got a bunch of stray cats that I feed. They're down the block. And I find them and I feed them. Now look at that bone. I'm pulling that bone right out of here. Look at that. Just comes right out. Take all the rest of your bones. Pull it. That's what we call pulling. That's a real pull, not macerate. Here we go. Pull. And you can make nice sandwiches out of here. This came out beautiful. Look at that. That's what you're looking for. Right there. Get all of that out of there. This is how I like my shoulder meat. Couple of pulls. Now I went to a barbecue place in South Carolina years ago, and they took it and they just pulverized it. They just put it on the chopping board and they just chopped it up to nothing. It honestly looked like 9 lives, and I was just wondering why they would do that. All right, get all that meat. Nothing but pure meat. This is a nice succulent piece of meat. And that's how you do it, right here. You see it. That's it. I'll pull all the rest of this. Look at that nice, juicy, succulent meat. Okay, that's it. And if you look into this bin right here, what do we have? We got nothing but skin that the cats will love. Now, some people actually love this. You can still pull it apart. Sometimes I'll take this, I'll put it back on the grill, and I'll crisp it up, and I'll get some nice crispy skin out of here. So that's another trick too. I'll usually do that the next day. I'll put it back on the grill, cook it low, get all this fat off of here when you do it. All this fat right here, it'll come right off. Just push it off and put that skin right onto the grill, and you can crisp it up, and then you got chicharrones. Nice crispy crackling part of the animal. Now if I had company over, I would crisp this up, and I would throw a couple of those pieces from the crisp skin right in with that. And that is absolutely dynamite. So all this right here can all go to the cats. Piece of meat there. And I give all this to the cats. So my house, nothing goes to waste. That's it. And I gotta get a little pitmaster taste there. That is on point. That is dynamite. All right, we're gonna get this plated up, and we'll meet you right back here. All right, that was a long haul, but we're here. Welcome to the picnic, and thank you for joining. And if you like this video and more that are about to come, please hit the like and subscribe button. This way you're able to get those videos first. Again, thank you for coming and joining us, and I hope you learned a lot today, and I enjoyed showing you. Until next time, barbecue, Southern style.